So just take a moment just to settle yourself on the floor. And have your strap close by. And making sure that you are warm and comfortable. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, just allow yourself to drop into the earth here. This morning's practice is a subtle yoga practice. We're going to be looking just to move gently through our practice this morning. Just allowing ourselves to waken and stretch. So as we're moving into this darker part of the year, it's really good to nurture our bodies, to allow our bodies just to be, allow our bodies to settle, and take advantage of these dark nights to really nurture our bodies, to nurture our minds. And I was talking last week about this being the composting time of the year. It's a time when all those beautiful leaves do turn to mush, which isn't always the most beautiful thing to look at. But it's a real nurturing for the earth underneath it. We're at the end of the year. And throughout this year, we've really been working with the seasons, working with the cycle of the year. And just by connecting us to the simplicity and the beauty of this internal cycle of life, death, renewal. And our seasonal awareness helps us to grow our spiritual maturity. Allows us to accept ourselves, our bodies, our minds. Our maturity. And there's this multi-billion pound industry that's built around preserving youthful vitality and just trying to freeze it in time. If you think about the media, it just loves to show us all things young and beautiful. And the media kind of like airbrushes everything out, which is old, unattractive, and past its prime. And women, we're told that it's wrong for us to blossom into this splendor of our full maturity. And they want us to stay preserved in aspect, in the splendor of the spring and summer of our days. Fortunately, nature isn't quite so squeamish about aging. So it's an essential part of nature to thrive through this decay. the ecosystem of nature's life. And as I always say, we are part of nature. We know now that people who study forests are beginning to understand the importance, the contribution that dead wood and dead leaves bring to the health of the forests. All this dead wood that falls, it kind of creates this wonderful environment, these little micro habitats for creatures to live and to grow and to flourish. We humans are learning to tolerate this untidiness of fallen and decaying wood, and resist the urge to clear it away all the time. So now that we can understand this importance of dead wood in our forests, can we kind of like have an understanding and recognize the importance of dead wood in our personal life? We tend to like the leaves, we like to be ordered and tidy. And often we turn to activities such as yoga to purify our lives of all the chaos. And as humans, we especially don't seem to like messiness and the wildness of our raw emotions. Maybe we need to sort of understand our emotions. We need this wild, dead wood aspect of our lives just to maintain the health and well-being of our own personal ecosystem. If we think of this wheel of the year as a mandala, and within the circle can be found the sunshine and the dark, the calm and the storm, the new life and decay. Our lives are mandalas. And we can find within our lives highs and lows, happiness and sadness. And as we do, we can hone and sense our awareness of our bodies, our seasonal within us. And then over this year, we've been able to really connect to nature around us a lot more. We've been able to be in nature more. And a mature spiritual practice enables us just to welcome the totality of every aspect of our life as part of the circle. We were working with circles last week. Today, in our subtle yoga practice, we're going to just work just easily with our breath, the circle of our breath. So as we lie here on the floor, we're going to bend our knees. We're going to just bring the feet onto the floor. And as we do, just adjust in the body. And just feel yourself grounded. And maybe now's the time to make an intention. We can make that as dedication to somebody. We can make that dedication to ourselves. Or we can set an intention for our practice. An intention's always in the present tense, as if it's actually happening now. So from here, we're going to take the hands around the right leg. Just draw that right leg in. Pull the chin into the chest. Allow those shoulders to really drop down into the earth. Be aware of how the back arches. And if you feel that you're lifting up onto the top of the head, just place a
a block or a pillow or something underneath your head, a blanket. And then just from here, we're going to circle into that right foot. Very slowly, just feeling what's going on in that ankle. And it might feel a little bit creaky. And then back in the opposite direction. At the same time, just keeping those shoulders dropping down into the earth. Be aware of that weight into that left foot and make sure the left leg's not pulling out. Draw that leg in towards the chest. Relax the shoulders. Take a nice long deep breath in. And as we exhale, let the head just lift up towards the knee, curling up. And then breathe in and releasing all the way down. And then again, exhale, lifting the head up towards the knee. And breathe in and releasing down. And then one more time, just lifting the head all the way up. And release down onto the earth. And as we release down, just kind of like sigh the breath away and feel the whole body just dropping down here. We're going to take our strap and we're going to place the strap around the right foot. Extend that right leg up towards the sky. And open up into the back of the leg. And just checking in with how your hamstrings feel this morning, how the back of the calf feels. So the hamstrings, they come right from over the hip all the way down below the back of the knee, and then they kind of the end and insert at the back behind the knee. So you might be feeling it behind the knee a little bit. Just breathe into that center. Just notice the full circle of that breath, the in-breath. That pause, the out-breath, and that pause. And just feel that release on the out-breath, the circle of the breath. The chin's tucked in. And as we exhale, just drawing that leg towards you. As you breathe in, just taking a little bit away. And then as you exhale, drawing that leg towards you. And as you breathe in, just taking a little bit away. And exhale. Feel the flow of that breath. Just opening into the back of the leg, slide that left leg along the floor, press out into that left foot, and still allowing those shoulders to drop. Drawing that right leg a little bit closer. And if you feel caught up at all, just adjust until you feel okay and your body still feels nice and flat and even on the floor. Working with the breath, feeling that release in the breath. Taking the right hand onto the strap, take the left hand out to the side, draw the leg towards you, and then taking that right leg out to the side, but keeping this left hip grounded on the floor. So we're not looking to take the right leg out to the floor, to the side. We're looking to kind of lift it up and move it out. It's a very different angle than just letting it go out. You can even take the left hand onto the left hip and ground into that left hip. As that chin draws in and we take that right leg out to the side. And then from here, breathing in, drawing that leg back to the center, taking the strap into the left hand, let the right arm come out to the side, and then just drawing that right leg all the way over the left. Turn the head so that you look over to the right hand side, and that right foot might come all the way down onto the earth. And if it does, that's fine, and if it doesn't, that's good as well. But try and keep that right shoulder grounding, so we're getting a really strong twist through that leg. And you can feel that stretch into the glutes. The glutes kind of like lay over the hamstring, And we've got a little muscle called the piriformis right underneath those glutes. And you're probably feeling that stretch here. So if you get lots of hip ache, that piriformis is a really good muscle to stretch out. And then from here, breathe in, come back to the center, drawing that leg in towards the chest. Now keeping that leg lifted up towards the sky, just slip the strap off that foot. Let the arms drop out to the sides. Push into that right leg, breathe in, bring it down nice and slowly. Be aware of the movement in your belly as we take that leg down just to about an inch above the floor. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. And it doesn't matter if you're a foot off the floor, it doesn't matter if you're an inch off the floor. Just wherever you are, just push it through, hold it there, and then scoop the knee in towards the chest. Extend that leg up towards the sky, and then circle that leg down towards the earth. And then scoop that leg in so it doesn't quite touch the earth. It comes in, cycling that leg, take it up. Breathe in, bring that leg all the way down, except for an inch. And then just taking that right leg over the left leg. Extend the right leg up, right arm up towards the sky. Lean over to the left hand side and just take hold of the right wrist with the left hand and drawing it down so we feel that we're working and opening up into that right side of the body, into that banana asana pose. Now take a moment to see if that left buttock is gripping here. Just let it go. And then allow the right hip to soften. Breathe into the right side of the body. Stretching out into that right hand, into that right foot. So we really feel that we're lengthening through the body. Then bring the arms back to the center, still holding onto that right wrist. Release the right foot and just bring the left leg. Notice the difference in the length in the body. Pointing into the toes, stretching into those fingers. And then exhale, bring that right leg back up towards the chest. So hug that right leg in towards the chest. Breathe in, exhale, lifting, curling that head up towards the knee. Releasing all the way down. And then place that foot onto the floor. And allow that foot to spread. Really notice the body releasing down. And then hug that left knee in towards the chest. Take the hands around the shin and just drawing it in. And as we do, we kind of let the hip go. We let that hip release. And the shoulders dropping into the earth. And the chin's tucking in. We're going to circle into that left ankle. Keep pressing down into that right foot as we circle that left ankle here. And just feel every movement as we circle it round and then back into the opposite direction. And the chin's tucking in. Draw that leg in towards the chest. Take a nice long deep breath in. And then as we exhale, lifting the head, just curling the head up towards the knee. And then breathe in, releasing down. You can keep the eyes closed in this practice if you want to, because we're really just going very nice and slowly, curling the head up towards that left knee. And then releasing all the way down. And then again, exhale. And releasing down. We're going to take the strap around the left foot and extend that left leg up towards the sky, adjusting into the size of your body if you need to, really pressing up into that left leg. And feel that extension from the hip. Feel almost that you're dropping that left hip down into the earth. And you feel yourself growing out of the ground up to that left foot, really extending, igniting that energy into that left leg. We don't want to kind of hyperextend it by pressing out into the back of the knee, but really feel that lift and lengthen into that left leg. Strap around that left foot, shoulders relaxing on down to the floor. And just notice each time you exhale, maybe that leg starts to come towards you without forcing. And we're still feeling that energy up through the leg. Then we're going to start to move. We need to allow our leg to, that muscle to open. Sometimes we kind of like can get on our yoga mat and just try and go straight into a stronger pose. But we really need to allow the muscles to develop and to open, to soften. Keeping that chin tucked in. As we breathe in, we take the leg away. As we exhale, draw that leg towards you. Make sure you're not gripping this strap, so we're not taking tension into the shoulders. The body is really soft and yielding. Now from here, we're going to slide the right leg along the floor. And if you need to adjust here, just adjust. I need a little wiggle, just so that I don't feel that I'm caught up anywhere. And then from here, breathing in and exhale. Working those hamstrings, pressing into the back of the leg, just awakening the body on this nice crisp winter's morning. And then from here, draw that left leg in, take the right arm out to the side, breathe in, exhale, taking that left leg out, but nice and slowly so that right hip doesn't lift. If the right hip feels it's moving, just bring that left leg back to midline. Take the right hand onto that hip and then just extend out. Chin tucked in, shoulders dropping down into the earth. And drawing that leg out to the left, but we're not looking to take it right the way down to the earth. We're looking to kind of lift it up and take it out. And then from here, breathe in, draw that leg up to the center, take the strap into the right hand, take that left arm out to the side, and then draw that right leg over. The left leg over the right leg, letting that left shoulder drop down into the earth. And my left toes can come down onto the floor, but don't worry if they don't come down onto the floor. And my left shoulder's dropping onto the earth as well, so I've got that lovely rotation through the body, working up through the spine, particularly into the thoracic region here. And you might get a few clicks. And just surrender with the breath, yield, soften. Where can I soften? Where can I yield? And then breathe in, drawing that leg back up towards the sky. Now from here, keeping that leg straight, just slide the strap off of the foot. Those shoulders relax. Press into that left foot. Now just notice if you're gripping anywhere, letting that go as you just draw that left leg down. Just nice and slowly, just to about an inch above the floor. So we do the same as we did on the other side by circling that knee in towards the chest, circle in, taking that left leg up towards the sky, and then circling that leg down towards the earth, drawing that knee in towards the chest, extending that leg up towards the sky, and then just drawing that leg down. And then breathing in, taking that leg up towards the sky. And then drawing that leg down so it comes just above that right foot. Take that left leg over the right foot. Lift the left arm up, stretch into the left side of the body. Take and hold of the left hand with the right wrist. And just breathing into that left side of the body. Roll that left hip out. And just stretching here. Listen to the breath. And then bring the legs back, the arms back to the center. Bring the legs back to the center. Stretch into the fingers, stretch into the toes. And then bring that left knee in towards the chest. Lift the head up towards the left knee, curling it up. And then releasing down. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. And we're going to just circle those knees. Just moving through the sacrum. Just notice how that sacrum feels this morning. Maybe one side might feel a bit twitchy and the other you might be feeling perfectly fine and balanced. And then back into the opposite direction, just circling round into the opposite direction. And then hugging both knees in towards the chest. Exhale, lift the head up towards the knees, curling up. And then from here, breathing in, releasing down. Let the feet just come down onto the floor. Think about those shoulders kind of roll down the back, breathe in. And then as we exhale, pull the chin in, just slide the hands up the legs to the knees. Working through the core here. Exhale, releasing all the way down. Let those arms relax, breathe in. As you exhale, pull the chin in, slide it up, just a little bit off the floor. And then from here, we're going to just take hold of the back of the legs and we're going to come into a seated position. Just sitting tall here for a moment. Pull the shoulders down the back, lift the belly up. Think about those shoulders, draw them up towards the ears. Circle the arms around, take the hands around behind you and open up the chest. Just drawing the chest forward as we look up slightly. And then from here, crossing the legs, roll forward onto the hands, onto the knees, tucking the toes under, and then coming into a little squat here. Then from here, extend the legs up towards the sky. Take a moment, just notice how the lower back feels. Maybe just have a little bend to the knees. Now we've worked into those hamstrings, so we should be feeling okay here. Let the head hang. And then from here, we're going to bend those knees. Take the hands just on the shins. Roll it up, round through the back, kind of circle through the back, and then lifting all the way up towards the sky. Extend those arms all the way up, taking those arms high. Press into the feet here, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, circle those arms all the way down, touching the thighs. Pull that chin in towards the chest, like we did when we were lying down. And then kind of circle the shoulders round as we drop all the way down towards the earth. Really connecting to Mother Earth. Feeling ourselves grounding, stabilizing. Maybe even just spreading those toes, pulling the front of the foot out so we really feel that we've got a good grounding here. From here, we're going to breathe in. Bend the knees, roll all the way up. Lifting all the way up, stretching those arms up towards the sky, really pressing down into the feet. Exhale, taking the arms all the way down, slide the hands down the thighs, bend the knees, curl the chin in, and we kind of roll all the way down towards the earth. Let the head hang, bend the knees, breathing in, sliding up. Round through the back, lifting, opening, and lifting those arms all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, circling those arms round. Pull the chin in, and then easing all the way down, working those hamstrings. This time, take the hands around the back of the legs and squeeze the upper body, so you kind of hold round the back, and the knees can be bent here, or you can have your legs straight And then just squeezing the upper body in towards the chest. And then bend those knees. Breathing in and just curling up. Slide the hands all the way up. And then breathe in and lifting those arms up towards the sky. Stretching those arms up. So on our mats, basically we're facing the end of the mat. We don't have to be right down the end. So we're going to take the hands onto the hips. I'm going to really feel that weight into my left foot. Bring that right leg up. So I'm just going to lift the right leg. Think about those shoulders rolling down the back. And then I'm going to take that right leg and I'm going to step back, but not too deep. So my feet are facing forward. My feet are on tram lines, so I haven't got that right foot turned out to the side. Both toes are facing forward. Now think about circling the tailbone underneath, and as you do so, bend that front knee, roll the shoulders down the back, and just holding it here. So from here, we're going to breathe in, lift those arms all the way up into our warrior one. Press out into that back foot. And when we do our Virabhadrasana, the story of Virabhadrasana, which I've actually got a little clip of it, which I did ages ago back in May, of Virabhadrasana warriors. So Virabhadrasana was a strong warrior, and he came out of the earth with his sword held aloft. So I really feel that you're kind of lifting. And when we think about warrior poses, they can be strong. We need to think about our courage to stand in our own strength and our own beauty, and just to stand for who we are rather than what anyone else thinks that we should be. Draw those arms all the way back. From here, we're going to breathe in, lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, straighten into the front leg, let those arms come down by the sides. Take the arms back and kind of lift and open the chest. Breathe in, bend that knee, lift those arms up towards the sky. Really lift through the ribs. And then exhale, straighten that leg. Take the arms back, slightly look up towards the sky. Pull that tailbone under. Breathe in, lift those arms up. And exhale, straighten that leg. Taking those arms back. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest and the heart. And then from here, breathe in. And drawing those arms all the way up towards the sky. Now hold it here, pressing into that warrior pose. Then from here, with that leg bent, we're going to take the hands down onto the thigh, straighten into that front leg, and then just come down. Start to allow the body to come down. You might want to use your bricks here underneath your hands. So if you've got your bricks around, just take in those bricks. Be careful how you get them. You can take the bricks underneath the hands here. Now both feet are facing forward, and we're not very wide apart at all. So we're going to lift and kind of like circle the heart forward. Keep the shoulders rolling down the back, and as we exhale, let the head come down towards the knee. And then again, breathing in, lifting the chest. Think about lifting through your belly as well as the chest and the heart come through. Exhale and release. Breathe in, chest and heart comes forward. Just hold it here for a moment, maybe checking in with your intention, with your practice. Drawing those hips back. And then exhale. Now, if you've got the balance, just taking both those hands and wrapping them around the right leg. So if you're too wide here, you're going to find this a little bit harder. So make sure that that right foot isn't too far away. And then just taking the hands round the back leg and kind of push the thigh into the leg, and then just keeping that front leg straight. Find your balance as you just hold that right leg in. So you're holding around both legs and letting the head just drop down towards the earth. Now, if you feel a bit too wobbly, then just taking the hands onto those blocks. But otherwise, just drawing, taking the hands around the leg. You can use a strap here as well. You've got your strap, haven't you? And then from here, bend that front knee, press into that left leg, lift both arms all the way back up into your warrior one. So just draw it back into your warrior one. Again, the legs aren't too wide here, and they're definitely both facing forward. And then from here, exhale, straight into the front leg, taking those arms back. And then breathe in, bring both arms all the way up towards the sky. Bending that front knee, exhale, taking the arms back. Lift and open the chest, straighten that front leg. Exhale, come forward, lifting both arms all the way up. Bring the hands together into the heart and step forward with your right leg. Take a moment just to check in with your body, your intention, the shoulders. Just notice if you're gripping, holding on to anything here as we kind of let go with the breath. So from here, we're going to breathe in, lift both arms up towards the sky. We're going to lift the left leg this time, just lifting that left leg. And then from here, step back with that left leg. Not too far, remember, both feet are facing forward. So if I was facing you, I'd have my right leg forward, isn't it? So left leg back, so my hips would be facing forward. So I wouldn't be opening to the side at all, because my foot, you see, there's like the foot behind or the foot to the side. So we're going to lift, bend that front knee, draw those arms up. Right knee bend, pull that tailbone underneath. And then from here, exhale, taking those arms around behind you, stretch, lift and open the chest. And breathe in, lift both arms all the way up towards the sky. Stretch and draw the arms back towards the ears. And then again, exhale, drawing those arms back, opening the chest and the heart. And breathing in and lifting the arms all the way up. And exhale, letting those arms come back, straightening into that right leg. And breathe in, coming forward, lifting that right of the arms all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, coming back. Hold it here just for a moment. And then bring the hands onto this right leg. Slide all the way down that right leg. You can take the hands down. When we slide down, it kind of takes the pressure off our back a little bit as well, rather than just folding. So you can take the hands onto your bricks here, pulling the chest and the heart forward. Think about that line from the tailbone all the way from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Try not to lead with the chin. We're going to exhale, release the head all the way down. And then take the arms around the legs, holding. You can clasp those hands. Now, if you feel that you can't quite get there, you can always take a strap around that leg if you're kind of up a little bit. And then you can use that strap just to pull your body in towards that front leg. And notice the stretch into those hamstrings. And each time we exhale, just feel yourself kind of letting go. Allow yourself to ground.
Just holding it here for a moment, releasing, letting go into those hips. Just notice your balance. You can use bricks here. You don't have to have the legs around the back of that leg. And then from here, we're going to release, take the hands onto the thigh, lifting all the way up. Bend that front knee, lift both arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, straightening the leg, taking those arms back. And breathing in, lifting those arms up. So just working very mindfully and slowly through our practice today. Pushing back. And breathe in, bend that front leg. Then we're going to just step forward with the left leg. Bring the hands into the heart, Samasthiti. Feel the feet pressing down into the earth. Maybe letting those eyes close. Release the hands down towards the earth. Take the hands onto the knees, push the tailbone away. So we're looking like we're sitting into our chair pose, Utkatasana. Just lifting the chest and the heart. And then exhale, let the head come down. So you let the head come down, straighten into those knees. Let the hands release down to the feet. Breathe in, lifting the head, push the bottom out. And then breathe in and lifting those arms up towards the sky. So we think about prana, lifts us up towards the sky, the element of sky. And then exhale, come down all the way through. Push the tailbone back in Utkatasana. And then drawing us down into the earth. And earth kind of brings us down to balance and lengthening into those legs. And then bending those knees, taking those hands, lifting, coming up, lift those arms up towards the sky, stretching all the way up. Exhale, run the hands down onto the knees, push the tailbone back into our Utkatasana, and then folding forward, let the legs straighten, let the head draw down. Bend those knees, breathe in, push the tailbone this time lift those arms up towards the sky, holding it here in Utkatasana. Feel the breath, feel that energy within your belly, that fire in your belly here. And then from here, breathe in, lovely, standing tall. Exhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, come down, back into Utkatasana. Just pressing down through the feet, extending those arms. Take the hands onto the thighs. Straighten the legs, fold over, run the hands down the back of the legs here. Breathe in, bend those knees, bring those hands up onto the thighs, and then slide those arms up into Utkatasana, holding it here. Listen to the sound of the breath. Notice if your breath's changed, because we've been going very, very slowly, very gentle, subtle yoga class today. And then we've put a little bit of an energy pose into that. Then from here, we're going to breathe in, standing tall. One last time with this little cycle. Exhale. Let's just drop into Utkatasana here. Pulling back, keeping the back nice and long. Be aware of what's going on the shoulders. Are they up near the ears? Circling them down. Exhale, take the hands onto the knees. Fold it forward. Extend straight into the legs. Run the hands down the back to the ankles. And then from here, drop in the bottom, run the hands onto the knees and thighs. Push the bottom up, extend those arms. Listen to the breath here, how the breath alters as we move into a slightly stronger pose.
Breathe in, stand tall, keeping those arms above the head. From here, we're going to lift the right leg up. So just lift the right leg. Stretch into those fingers. Just rotate, extend that left arm forward, right arm comes back. So we come into that little twist. And then breathe in, coming back. Exhale, press that foot down into the earth. From here, we're going to bring the left leg up. Exhale, rotating back, look to the left hand. So get a little bit of rotation, just spiraling through the body, looking to the back hand. And then from here, we're going to breathe in, come back, lifting the arms up. Exhale, taking that foot down. Breathe in, lifting that right leg. Exhale, right arm comes back. Look to the right hand. Right leg lifts, press down into the feet. We're going to take this right leg and we're going to step it back into warrior two. Now this time we are going to open up the feet. So this right foot does come out and the heel is in line with the instep. And so from here, just take the hands onto the hips, straighten into that front leg. Really feel that you're lifting up. Keep those shoulders relaxing down. We're going to breathe in, lifting those arms, circling those arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, straighten into that front leg. Circle those arms all the way down. You can cross the hands here. Breathe in, lifting those arms up towards the sky. And exhale. And just circling through. And breathe in, lifting. And again, it's that warrior pose. We're working with that warrior two, straighten that leg, thinking about us and the strength that we need in our lives and the courageousness. Is that word courageousness, our courage that we need. As I said, to stand, just to be in our own bodies, to be our true selves. Come here, stretch, hold it here. Let the back hand drop all the way down and stretching into that left hand, right hand running down the back. Feel yourself lifting through Mula Bandha. Make sure you're not gripping with those toes, just letting go, releasing into the toes. Feel this circle of the breath from the navel through the belly and the ribs and then to the throat, and then exhale down to the navel again. Just holding it here, bending that left knee a little bit deeper. Keep this left shoulder relaxed, bring the arms out. Taking the left elbow onto that left knee and taking the right arm all the way out. Circling the shoulder down the back, rolling the ribs slightly up towards the sky. Pressing through, just turn the head so you kind of look to the tricep here. If that feels okay. Rolling, pressing, make sure you're not gripping with those feet. Listen to the sound of the breath here in your body. Bending into that front leg. Now we're going to alternate. So we're going to breathe in, keep that front leg bent, and we're going to bring that left arm up towards the sky, reach down with the right hand. And then coming over, left hand comes over, right hand comes over the top. And then again, breathing in, work with the breath. Just flowing through between those two movements. Exhale, coming down. Let the earth ground and draw you down. Breathe in, let that prana lift you up. Open your hearts. And then exhale. And coming down, holding it here. Just hold it here for a moment. Circle that hand down. Maybe you've even can find a block. Come onto the back toe. Step the back foot forward. Release the head. Breathing in, lifting the chest and the heart. Exhale and releasing. And breathe in, lifting, circling through the body, pushing the tailbone away. Exhale, bend those knees, breathe in, lifting those arms all the way up towards the sky. Stretch and lengthen. From here, we're going to lift the left leg up. Exhale, rotate over to the left. Look to the left hand. Really press down into that right foot. And then breathe in, coming back, bringing that left leg down. Exhale, rotating, bring that right leg up. Look to the right hand. And breathe in, bring those arms up. Exhale, left hand. Lift that left leg up. Exhale, step back with that left leg. Just going to move my bricks out of the way. And again, making sure that we're in a line. If you've got a line down your mat, you have the heel with the instep. I know some of you have got lines, the centre line down your mat. So think about lining up the heel with the instep. Pressing, just holding it here in Virabhadrasana 2. Sink into our warrior 2 here. You can maybe close the eyes, draw up through the body, maybe bring back your intention for your practice today, your dedication, if you're dedicating your practice for someone. Then from here we're going to breathe in, straighten that front leg, let the arms cross. And then exhale, lifting the arms up. Across the wrists, breathing in. And exhale. So just flowing with your breath. In this circle, your breath moving. Just let it flow. Then from here, we're going to breathe in, come back into your warrior 2. Turn the right hand up, reaching down with that left hand. Stretching into that right hand, pressing out that back heel out. Feel that ground. Again, feel this earth roaring you down and the prana lifting you up. And then from here, ease over, bring the elbow and lifting that arm all the way up and over. Now we're going to alternate on the breath. So we're going to breathe in, right arm lifts up. And exhale. Now you might be feeling, oh, my legs have been in this position for a long time. But just be present on the breath. Allow yourself to be in the moment. And then that'll kind of take your awareness away from the other parts of your body that might be calling your body, calling your mind. Really slow the breath down. Ancient yogis believed that we were born with so many breaths. And why waste one single breath? And then breathe in and lifting all the way up, holding it here for a moment. Exhale, coming into your warrior 2. From here, just let the right hand come down. Circle that left hand all the way through, come onto the left toe. and step forward, releasing the head all the way down. Breathe in, lifting both arms up towards the sky, stretching those arms all the way up. Bring the thumbs into the heart, Samastiti here. Let the eyes close here. And just take a moment to ground and to settle your body. Connecting into the earth energy in Tadasana. So from here, we're going to lift the right leg. Bring that right leg up. Exhale, step back with that right leg. Bring both arms up into our warrior two. Just as we've just done, pressing out into that right foot. Pull up through your core, relax the shoulders, bend deep into that left leg. We're going to bring the left elbow down, the right arm comes up and over, just as we've done just now. Stretch it through. Now from here, we're going to circle that right arm, bring that right hand onto the hip, look down to the left foot, just moving the left foot in a little bit, finding your brick and lifting that right leg up towards the sky. And then uncurling that right arm, press into the right foot, press into the left hand on the floor and the right hand above you. Now just making sure that you're not kind of dumping into that brick. Just holding it here. The brick's just there as an extension of your arm. Press into the foot, press into your hand. Look up to the hand if possible. And then exhale, bring that hand back down onto the hip. Bend that left knee, drop down, back into your side angle pose. Lifting up into your warrior pose. Exhale, step forward with the right leg, holding it here. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to lift the left leg, step back with that left leg. Breathe in, coming out into your warrior two, so bend in that front leg. Holding it here. Good, lovely. Roll that big toe, that knee back to that little toe. From here, bend that knee, bring that elbow, bring that top arm all the way over, rotating, looking. And then exhale, let that left hand circle onto that left hip. Circle the head down to the earth, bring those right toes in just very slightly. And then step forward, lifting that left leg all the way up towards the sky. Press into the left leg. Circle that left arm up towards the sky. Now, if you fall out of it, just try to come back into it from that Parsvakonasana, because that really open up into that left hip. So let that left hip really open up wide, spread and open across the chest. Breathe in. Looking up to that top hand if possible. And then from here, we're going to step back, just drop the left hip, lifting back into our warrior. And then exhale and step forward with the back foot. Let the hands drop down by the side in Tadasana pose, mountain pose. Just connect back to this earth's energy, spreading those toes, lifting up through the body. Bring the hands onto the tops of the thighs. Just taking the legs not too wide. Lift the chest and the heart.
Press out into those feet again, grounding through the feet. We're going to run the hands down the legs again to support the lower back. Just run the hands all the way down. Let the head release. And because the legs aren't that wide, you may be able to get your head down onto the floor, but you probably won't. And that's fine, we're not looking for that today. So we're going to breathe in, we're going to lift all the way up. Extend those arms up towards the sky, stretching through. Exhale, let those hands come down onto those hips. Come all the way down, letting the head come all the way down towards the earth. And then from here, breathing in and lifting, extending those arms up. And exhale, hands onto those hips. Run those hands all the way down towards the earth. Hold it down here, push those heels slightly out. Take these hands, walk the hands forward. And then just easing back into your wide-legged downward facing dog pose. Press into those hands, push the tailbone high. Now walk the hands over to the right foot, pull back into that left hip. Just notice how those hamstrings feel as we stretch, pull from the left hip down through to the left armpit, into the left hand. And then exhaling all the way over to the other side, pulling that left hip back, right hip back, stretching into the right side of the body. And then just coming back, letting that head hang. And just maybe swaying from side to side a little bit here. And then from here, lifting. Walk the heels, heel toe in a little bit. So your feet kind of come parallel. But our arms are still out in front. And then come up onto the toes. Bring the knees down onto the floor. And come onto the hands, onto the knees. Keep those shoulders just circling down, pressing into the hands. As we breathe in, pull the chest and the heart forward. Exhale, round it all the way under into our cat pose here. Press into those hands. And breathing in, and chest and heart comes forward. Again, you can close your eyes. Be aware as you breathe out of that pull up through your abdominal wall. Really letting yourself ground into the earth here. Letting yourself just surrender. Lovely. And then from here, as we exhale, we're just going to circle back towards the heels. And then as you breathe in, come forward. And as you exhale, pull the tailbone under, circling through and back. And breathing in. And exhale. Exhale, circle all the way back. Just dropping down into swan. Letting the brow come down to the earth. Extending those arms out. Coming back to your dedication, your sankalpa, your intention. Just feel yourself dropping here.
And then from here, we're going to come up onto those hands. And then we're going to exhale, just lower ourselves down onto our chest. Let the head rest. And just feel yourself surrendering into this earth energy. Just notice how your body expands. Turn the chin so it comes down towards the earth, just taking those hands round behind you. So your toes and your thighs and your hip bones are on the floor. Shoulders are pulling back, press down. Breathe in, lift the chest, keep the toes on the floor. You don't have to lift up very high at all. But lift the arms up behind you, squeeze the circle those shoulders down. Hold it here for 3 breaths. On the exhalation, on the 3rd breath, surrender your body down, back into the earth. Feel your body drop in, the shoulders drop down to the side, the hips open. We can really feel ourselves surrendering down. Taking the arms out to the sides. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Press down into the legs. Breathe in, lifting the chest up. Think about these fingers, kind of like scuttle them out like skate ponders out to the sides, and then lift the arms if you want to. But you don't have to, you can keep the hands down on the floor. And then lifting the arms, but keeping those toes down, grounded on the floor. And breathe here, trying to lift the hands off the floor. And each time you exhale, feel yourself releasing a little bit further. And then exhale and release all the way down. Surrender down into the earth. And then taking those arms 45 degrees forward. And you can use blocks under your hands here if you want to as well. But otherwise, taking those hands 45 degrees out. Again, pinning down into the floor. Breathing in, lifting up onto those fingers, and then lift those arms. And if you want to use blocks, you can take a block underneath your hands and then just lift in. We don't have to do that. You can just reach those hands forward, or you can keep the fingers onto the floor. Whatever feels right for you. You can take the hands out to the side. You can take the hands back behind you. Keep pressing, breathing, feel your body expanding, contracting as you breathe. As you let go. And then just releasing all the way down onto the floor. Just with an exhalation, just sighing the breath away. And maybe just shaking those hips from side to side. Feel the belly just dropping into the earth. And then from here, we're going to extend one arm above the head and then just rolling over onto your back. So if you want to adjust back onto the mat, just adjusting back onto the mat. And then from here, we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. Just rocking the knees from side to side here. Keep that chin drawing in. And then maybe even circling through the hips. Taking those arms out to the sides. Lift the shins up so they're level with the ceiling. Breathe in as we exhale, dropping those knees over to the right hand side. Just turn the head to look over to the left hand side. Maybe even taking that right hand onto that left knee. As we twist, breathe into the left side of the body, dropping that left hand down onto the floor. Then releasing that right hand, letting the knees come back to the center. Dropping the knees down over to the left hand side, keeping the shoulders relaxed, bringing that left hand, and then looking over to the right. Dropping that left hand out, bring those knees back to the center. Take the feet down onto the floor. Drop the knees over to the right. And you might even want a little cushion underneath the knees there now as well, if they don't drop all the way down to the earth. And just looking over to the left. As we breathe into the body. And then bring the knees back to the center, take the knees over to the left. Turn the head over to the right. And then breathing in, bringing the knees back to the center, extending those legs out along the floor. Turn the head to the left, just the head. Bring the head back to the center. Turn the head to the right. Come back to the center. Pull the chin in very slightly. Just feel your body surrendering here into the earth. Feeling that release of the body. If you want to put something warm over you, just pop in something warm over you now. But try to do it with this stillness and slowness. As we settle back down into the earth, just finding this groundingness, this energy of the earth as you drop into the earth. And today our pranayama is going to be the centering breath. The centering breath just allows us to kind of come back into our center. We may have scattered our energy a little bit around, so we're going to just draw our awareness in. So we're taking one long, deep breath in through the nose. One long, deep breath out of the nose. And then just two normal grounding breaths. So that's one big breath in through the nose. One breath out.
and 2 simple breaths. So just trying to keep that centering, grounding breath going here. As we feel ourselves surrendering, dropping into the earth. And at the very beginning, I was talking about our lives and our bodies being a mandala. And this practice was a mandala practice today, a very gentle mandala practice, where we started connecting on the earth, gradually moving our body, opening our bodies, almost like as a plant comes out of the earth in the spring. And then allowing our bodies to move and to bloom through our practice as we brought some stronger poses into our practice. Like the summer. And then gradually, like the autumn, we brought our practice down to become a little bit more gentler. Like the autumn, just slowing down until we slowed right down onto the earth, into this moment now. Like the winter. So allow yourself to release here. Allow yourself to release into the stillness, the winter of your practice. The vitality of the natural world can be very powerful. Nature's expression of life and all its diversity can make us feel truly alive. So whatever season our bodies are in, whatever season we're in this circle of the year, we can find this light and this beauty within everything. We don't have to spend our lives in summer. So really let yourself connect to the earth, all the energies of the elements, that drawing down of the earth. We can feel the breath flowing through our body and the blood like water flowing through our veins. Water can be the source of both calm and energy. Feel the space around you. Allow yourself to grow out into that space. Feel your body expanding as if you have no boundaries to your body. Feel your body releasing. Feel your body letting go here. Maybe bring back your dedication for your practice, if it was a dedication to a person, or if it's an intention, a sankalpa. Just bring that back and repeating that to yourself just 3 times in this moment now. 3 times in the present. And take a moment now just to be still, to be quiet. I'm just going to read Beauty Arises in the Stillness of Your Presence by Eckhart Tolle. Beyond the beauty of external forms, there is more here. Something that can't be named, something ineffable, some deep inner holy essence. Whenever and wherever there is beauty, this inner essence shines through somehow. It only reveals itself to you when you are present. Mind which lives in the past or future can neither recognize nor create beauty. Could it be that this nameless essence and your presence are one and the same thing? Would it be there without your presence? Go deeply into it. Find out for yourself. Feel your breath. Feel your body here. And just bring some movement to your fingers. Bring some movement to your toes. Just awakening your body. And when you're ready, just bend those knees, bring the knees in towards the chest. Let the knees drop over to the right hand side. Just curling up, draw the knees up and dropping the jaw down. And when you're ready in your own time, just rolling up and into a seated position, taking your time. Sitting tall. Just circle those shoulders all the way down the back. Breathe in, lifting those arms up towards the sky. Look up. Feel that energy from above. Draw it down to your heart. Ground the energy below. Take the hands over the eyes. Seal your practice in this morning. Bring the thumbs into the heart. And I've got another little quote from Rumi today. And it goes, "Come out of the circle of time and into the circle of love." And thank you very much for your practice this morning. I hope you enjoyed the practice and have a lovely day. Om Shanti.